changed their mind, Richard, because they realize they're not making the money. They're hated in Hollywood. They're not even invited to the Oscars or the Emmys. So King Charles has to wake up, okay? Because the idea that Harry and Meghan are coming back here just to be private citizens is delusional.
Meghan Markle once swore she would never step foot on British soil again to raise her family. 4 years after walking away from the royal family in a storm of defiance, that absolute vow has completely collapsed. Behind the polished gates of Montecito, California, the grand American dream envisioned by Prince Harry and Meghan Markle is confronting an undeniable, high-stakes financial reality. What began as an ambitious bid for commercial independence and global media dominance has reportedly unraveled into a quiet, humiliating retreat back to the United Kingdom. The fairy tale is officially over. For years, Meghan Markle framed her departure from royal life as a necessary escape to protect her peace, her dignity, and above all, her children. In August 2022, during an explosive, highly publicized profile with The Cut magazine, Meghan Markle laid down what seemed to be an immovable boundary regarding life in Great Britain. When discussing why Meghan Markle could never envision raising Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet in the United Kingdom, Meghan Markle pointed directly to the intense glare of the British press. Meghan Markle claimed that if Prince Archie were enrolled in a British school, a simple morning school drop-off would inevitably turn into an unbearable media spectacle surrounded by 40 photographers snapping pictures outside the school gates. Meghan Markle looked directly at the interviewer and delivered a line that instantly made global headlines. "Sorry, I have a problem with that. That does not make me obsessed with privacy. That makes me a strong and good parent protecting my child." A line in the sand. That single statement crystallized Meghan Markle's total rejection of British royal traditions and British public life. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry presented their lavish California life as the ultimate triumph of personal freedom over institutional control. In the eyes of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, Southern California offered sunshine, unlimited commercial possibilities, and total control over their family narrative. Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet were supposed to grow up as American royalty, completely shielded from the protocols, courtiers, and scrutiny of the British crown. Yet only a few short years after making those fierce declarations, royal insiders and industry sources report that Meghan Markle and Prince Harry are orchestrating an unprecedented U-turn. The very country Meghan Markle branded as unlivable and hostile is suddenly being viewed as the couple's only viable sanctuary. Words have a way of echoing. To understand how Prince Harry and Meghan Markle reached this stunning reversal, one has to examine the crumbling foundations of their commercial empire in the United States. When the Duke and Duchess of Sussex announced their dramatic royal exit in early 2020, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle promised the world that they would achieve total financial self-sufficiency. The Sussexes believed their royal titles, coupled with Hollywood glamour, would instantly translate into a multi-billion-dollar global lifestyle and media empire. At first, corporate America seemed eager to buy into the Sussex brand. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex were handed colossal entertainment contracts worth tens of millions of dollars before producing a single piece of finished content. The checks cleared quickly. Streaming giants raced to align themselves with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Spotify signed the royal couple to an estimated $20 million exclusive podcasting agreement, while Netflix inked a staggering multi-year production deal estimated at well over $100 million. For a brief moment, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle looked like the most bankable couple in American entertainment. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle purchased a sprawling 7-acre estate in the ultra-exclusive enclave of Montecito for over $14 million, complete with 9 bedrooms, 16 bathrooms, private tennis courts, a wine cellar, and manicured rose gardens. The message was unmistakable. The Sussexes did not need the royal family or the United Kingdom to thrive. Montecito became their private fortress. However, building a sustainable entertainment empire requires continuous, high-volume production and authentic public interest. Two things the Duke and Duchess of Sussex have struggled to maintain over the long run. The first catastrophic crack in the Sussex media machine appeared when Spotify ruthlessly pulled the plug on their multi-million-dollar audio partnership. After producing only a single 12-episode season of Meghan Markle's podcast over a 3-year period, the streaming giant decided not to renew the contract, leaving millions of dollars in unearned payouts on the table. The cancellation was followed by brutal public criticism from top Spotify executives, who openly branded Prince Harry and Meghan Markle as grifters, questioning their their work ethic and creative output on an international stage. A brutal industry verdict. The collapse of the Spotify deal sent shockwaves through Hollywood, signaling to top studio executives that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle could not automatically guarantee massive, sustainable commercial audiences. At the same time, the couple's monumental deal with Netflix began running into serious creative friction. Aside from their explosive 2022 docuseries, which relied heavily on rehashing private grievances against the royal family, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have found it exceedingly difficult to generate successful, non-royal programming. Heart of Invictus, a documentary focused on Prince Harry's passion project for wounded veterans, failed to break into top global streaming charts. Other proposed lifestyle programming and animated children's projects suffered from lengthy development delays and quiet cancellations, leaving Hollywood insiders wondering what Prince Harry and Meghan Markle actually had left to sell once their royal grievances ran dry. Hollywood moves on fast. As the multi-million-dollar media deals dried up or stalled in development purgatory, the staggering financial cost of maintaining the Sussex lifestyle in California became an existential crisis. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are faced with staggering, non-negotiable overhead expenses every single month. The Montecito mansion alone carries massive annual property taxes, an enormous mortgage payment, and exorbitant groundskeeping and estate maintenance fees that run into hundreds of thousands of dollars each year. But the single largest financial drain on Prince Harry and Meghan Markle remains their private security apparatus. Security comes at a massive price. Ever since Prince Harry lost his taxpayer-funded police protection upon stepping down as a senior working royal, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex have been forced to fund their own round-the-clock private security team. Maintaining top-tier executive protection in the United States, complete with armored vehicles, former government bodyguards, and 24-hour residential surveillance, costs Prince Harry and Meghan Markle an estimated $2 to $3 million every single year. Without a steady stream of $100 million corporate deals renewing, that burn rate is mathematically unsustainable. The math simply does not work. Behind closed doors in Montecito, the mood has reportedly shifted from ambitious optimism to acute financial panic. The Hollywood elite who once welcomed Prince Harry and Meghan Markle with open arms have quietly distanced themselves from the drama-plagued couple. Major A-list gatherings, Hollywood power circles, and lucrative corporate endorsements have become increasingly sparse for the Duchess of Sussex. Meghan Markle's highly teased commercial lifestyle brand has faced bureaucratic hurdles and trademark delays, failing to deliver the immediate financial windfall the household desperately needed to offset their massive overhead. An icy reception in California. With their American media empire stalled and their liquid funds draining against massive annual security and lifestyle costs, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have found themselves cornered. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are realizing that their titles, prestige, and global relevance do not stem from Hollywood production credits, but from their direct association with the thousand-year-old British monarchy. What was once seen as an unthinkable defeat, returning to British soil under the shadow of the crown, is now being actively calculated behind closed doors as a necessary survival strategy. But the looming financial ruin is only half the story. An even more urgent crisis involving King Charles and the royal inheritance has now pushed Prince Harry and Meghan Markle to the brink. The escalating financial strain inside the Montecito estate collided head-on with a profound personal crisis inside the British royal family. The announcement that King Charles was undergoing treatment for cancer fundamentally altered the long-term calculations for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. As the 77-year-old monarch confronts his mortality, courtiers and financial planners have been actively reviewing the distribution of royal assets, private family trust funds, and sovereign inheritances. For the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, watching this institutional restructuring unfold from thousands of miles away in California triggered an immediate sense of panic. The clock is ticking. In the world of the British monarchy, royal inheritances are not merely about liquid cash. They encompass vast private estates, generational trust funds, historic family wealth that secure the financial future of royal descendants for generations. Ever since Prince Harry and Meghan Markle made the decision to step away from royal duties, Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet have grown up completely isolated from the royal family. While Prince William's children, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis, are deeply integrated into royal life and positioned at the very center of the monarchy's future, the Sussex children have remained largely abstract figures to the British public and to King Charles himself. Separation carries a massive cost. Sensational reports and palace insiders indicate that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle grew terrified at the prospect of Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet being completely sidelined from King Charles's will. With the Sussexes' commercial income in California rapidly drying up, the generational safety net provided provided by royal trust funds suddenly became an absolute necessity. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle could no longer afford to let pride dictate their children's royal standing. Behind palace doors, royal insiders claim that King Charles holds deep affection for his grandchildren, but the sovereign is also an institutional traditionalist who refuses to fund a detached lifestyle in North America. Family ties meet royal terms. According to senior palace sources, King Charles laid down a clear, non-negotiable ultimatum regarding the future of the Sussex grandchildren. If Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet are to benefit from royal trust funds, generational estates, and the protective umbrella of the crown, the children must be physically present within the United Kingdom. King Charles reportedly made it clear to Prince Harry that royal inheritances are tied to institutional loyalty and cultural upbringing. The monarch wants Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet to be educated in British schools, to understand the weight of their heritage, and to build real, lasting bonds with their grandfather and the extended royal family. A monumental shift in power. This strict requirement placed Meghan Markle in an extraordinarily difficult position. For years, critics accused the Duchess of Sussex of using Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet as emotional leverage against the royal family, keeping the young royals tucked away in California as a bargaining chip against Buckingham Palace. But with their American financial foundation cracking, the power dynamic completely flipped. Meghan Markle was forced to confront a sobering choice: remain defiant in California and risk watching Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet lose out on historic royal wealth, or swallow her pride and bring the family back under the authority of King Charles. The crown always holds the leverage. The reality of this impending return stands in stark, almost surreal contrast to the public declarations Prince Harry made only months ago. In his relentless, high-profile legal battles against the British government, Prince Harry fought furiously for state-funded, armed police protection whenever he and his family visited the United Kingdom. The Duke of Sussex took the British Home Office all the way to the High Court, insisting that the removal of his automatic police security detail left his family completely unprotected against dangerous threats and aggressive paparazzi in Britain. A bitter defeat in court. British judges ultimately rejected Prince Harry's legal challenges, throwing out his appeals and ruling that the government's security committee acted entirely within the law. Following the crushing defeat in court, Prince Harry sat down with major broadcasters, including the BBC, and made emotional, dramatic statements about the safety of his family. Prince Harry claimed on international television that he could not see a world where he could safely bring Meghan Markle, Prince Archie, and Princess Lilibet back to the United Kingdom without taxpayer-funded armed police escorts. Prince Harry insisted that Britain was simply too dangerous for his wife and children to ever return for a normal life. Public words crumble under pressure. Yet, despite those explosive legal battles and terrifying public warnings, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are now actively doing the exact opposite. Major media outlets in both the United Kingdom and the United States have confirmed that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex are quietly preparing a full-scale relocation back to British soil. Far from being an unthinkable impossibility, the return of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle is being meticulously organized behind closed doors, specifically timed around Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet's upcoming school calendar, a complete reversal of reality. Instead of keeping Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet exclusively enrolled in private California academies, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are reportedly finalizing plans to enroll Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet into elite British prep schools in time for the upcoming academic term. To save face and avoid the total embarrassment of admitting that their California adventure has failed, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle intend to maintain their $14 million Montecito mansion as a secondary, part-time outpost. The Sussexes hope to frame the move as an international balance between their charitable endeavors in America and their family obligations in Britain. Montecito becomes a secondary home. However, industry experts and royal watchers see right through the public relations spin. Maintaining an empty mansion in Montecito while living full-time in the United Kingdom is a classic face-saving maneuver designed to obscure the reality of their defeat. For Meghan Markle, who once famously declared that she would never subject Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet to British school runs or the British press, preparing school applications in England represents a total and complete ideological surrender. Pride bowed before economic reality. The Duchess of Sussex spent 4 years attempting to prove that the Sussex brand was far bigger and more influential than the ancient institution of the British monarchy. Meghan Markle built podcasts, signed multi-year film deals, courted American celebrities, and attempted to reinvent herself as a global humanitarian powerhouse independent of the crown. But without the backing of the royal family, family, the commercial reality proved cold and unforgiving. The American market consumed their royal tell-all stories and then quickly moved on to the next entertainment sensation. The novelty wore off completely. With Prince Harry's security lawsuits dismissed and their American commercial ventures stalled, the royal fold became the only remaining institution capable of providing long-term security, prestige, and generational wealth for Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet. Every dramatic objection Prince Harry raised in court and every scathing remark Meghan Markle made in American magazines has been set aside out of sheer necessity. The stage was set for a direct confrontation between the exiled Sussexes and the British sovereign, culminating in a secretive, highly charged summit deep within the English countryside. The turning point in this quiet, high-stakes royal negotiation occurred last month during an intensely private family summit held at Highgrove House. King Charles's beloved country estate in Gloucestershire became the neutral ground where Prince Harry, Meghan Markle, and the British monarch finally came face to face to chart a path forward. For Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet, the visit marked an extraordinary emotional milestone. It was the first time the young children had been in the presence of King Charles in over 4 long years. A historic reunion behind closed gates. On the surface, palace sources close to the family were quick to brief the media that the meeting remained lighthearted, warm, and focused entirely on the children. King Charles was reportedly delighted to spend precious hours walking the manicured gardens of Highgrove House with Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet, showing the young royals the historic trees and grounds that have been part of their family lineage for generations. To the casual observer, the gathering looked like an innocent, heartwarming moment of grandfatherly reconciliation after years of bitter estrangement. Smiles on the surface only. Behind the polite smiles and pleasantries, however, royal insiders reveal that the atmosphere inside Highgrove House was loaded with immense tension and unspoken conditions. The meeting was not simply an emotional tea between family members. It operated as a calculated diplomatic summit between an embattled Duke and Duchess and the head of the British state. King Charles made it clear that while his personal love for Prince Harry, Prince Archie, and Princess Lilibet remains unconditional, his duty as monarch requires absolute adherence to the rules of the institution. The crown sets the boundaries. During those closed-door discussions, the framework for the Sussexes' return to the United Kingdom was firmly established. If Prince Harry and Meghan Markle want the institutional protection, social prestige, and generational financial security that come with royal lineage, the era of commercial exploitation and media warfare must permanently end. King Charles and Buckingham Palace courtiers will no longer tolerate commercial tell-all books, unauthorized streaming exposés, or public attacks on working royals like Prince William and Princess Catherine. No more media warfare allowed. For Meghan Markle, accepting these strict conditions represents nothing short of an absolute institutional surrender. Only 4 years ago, Meghan Markle stepped away from the United Kingdom, proclaiming that the royal establishment was stifling, unsupportive, and fundamentally incompatible with her personal values and modern ambitions. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry launched blistering public attacks on the monarchy across global television platforms, demanding private apologies from senior royals before any reconciliation could ever take place. The demanded apologies never arrived. Instead of receiving apologies from Buckingham Palace, Meghan Markle is now being forced to quietly accept the terms dictated by King Charles. The Duchess of Sussex once positioned herself as an unapologetic disruptor who would modernize the monarchy from the outside and conquer Hollywood on her own terms. Today, with the Sussexes American commercial venture running out of steam, Hollywood executives keeping their distance, Meghan Markle must now prepare to live under the very roof and royal structure she previously discarded. The tables have turned completely. The irony of this entire relocation plan is impossible to ignore when looking back at Meghan Markle's famous declarations to the American press. In that widely circulated 2022 profile with The Cut magazine, Meghan Markle insisted that living in the United Kingdom was fundamentally unlivable for a mother trying to raise grounded children. Meghan Markle swore that she could never perform standard school drop-offs with Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet without being swarmed by aggressive British paparazzi, framing her outright refusal to live in England as the noble duty of a protective parent. Those words now ring hollow. Now, Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet are being prepared to do the exact thing Meghan Markle claimed was impossible: attend British prep schools, walk through British school gates, and grow up under the watchful eye of the British public. The narrative that California was the only place Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet could be safely raised has been quietly discarded the moment financial self-sufficiency proved unsustainable. What was once framed as an unshakable moral stance against the British press has folded in the face of dwindling bank accounts accounts and the looming restructuring of King Charles's estate. Reality shattered the California fantasy. For Prince Harry, the U-turn is equally humiliating on a personal and public level. The Duke of Sussex took the British government to court, ran up massive legal bills, and told international news outlets that Britain was simply too hazardous for his family without state-funded armed bodyguards. By agreeing to relocate the family back to the United Kingdom for the children's schooling, Prince Harry has completely undermined his own multi-year legal crusade, proving to critics that his dramatic safety warnings were exaggerated talking points rather than insurmountable barriers. A total contradiction of claims. The grand Sussex experiment in Montecito, California, has ultimately delivered a sobering lesson in the realities of global celebrity and inherited power. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle discovered that outside the royal ecosystem, their commercial value was entirely dependent on their willingness to monetize royal family gossip. Once the appetite for royal grievances was exhausted, the multi-million-dollar corporate checks stopped rolling in, leaving the Duke and Duchess of Sussex with astronomical overhead costs and an uncertain financial future. Monarchy outlasts Hollywood every time. By returning to the United Kingdom and reintegrating Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet into the British royal sphere, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are securing the generational wealth and princely standing that only the British crown can provide. King Charles gets what the monarch always wanted, his grandchildren close to home, learning their royal heritage and keeping the direct line of the family intact on British soil. But for Meghan Markle, who staked her entire public identity on walking away and never looking back, this retreat marks the ultimate loss of control. The final curtain on Megxit. Meghan Markle spent years telling the world that she had found total freedom and peace in California, far away from the rigid expectations of the British royal family. Yet, as the removal vans prepare to transport the family's life back across the Atlantic, the entire world is watching the Duchess of Sussex make the very compromise she insisted she would never make. The Duchess, who promised she would never surrender to the crown, has now packed her bags to return, playing strictly by King Charles's rules. The empire won in the end. This extraordinary U-turn marks the end of an era for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, exposing the massive gulf between their California promises and the harsh economic reality of life without the royal family. As Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet prepare to enter the British school system and King Charles secures the presence of his grandchildren in the United Kingdom, one undeniable question remains for royal watchers around the world. Is this dramatic return the beginning of a genuine family healing, or is it a calculated financial truce that will eventually collapse under the weight of old grievances? The world will be watching. What do you think about Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's reported plans to relocate back to the United Kingdom? Is this move the ultimate humiliating surrender for the Duchess of Sussex after her fierce statements in The Cut, or is it simply a practical, necessary decision by two parents trying to protect their children's royal inheritance and future? Drop your thoughts, opinions, and predictions in the comments section below. If you found this breakdown insightful, please make sure to hit the like button, share this video with fellow royal followers, and subscribe to the channel with all notifications turned on so you never miss our next deep dive into the British royal family.